Welcome all to another exciting episode of Primal Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bill, and alongside me is the Schwab.
Kane, the Schwab Watson. Good afternoon to everybody. As you can see, my co-host is in a different location. It looks like he's in Hawaii, I'm not sure, but the show must go on. I'm in studio. For us today, lineup of the show, we have our guest speaker, Dr. Jason Scott Hamilton, our resident psychologist, sports psychologist. He was recently in the Olympics and the Paralympics, psychologist for the Jamaica team there, and we always want to hear from our good friend, and he'll be on the show coming in about 10 minutes. At the halfway point, we have the controversy boss giving us his sports commentary take, and he'll be with us through the rest of the show, going up for one more exciting hour of Primal Sports Talk. Headline of the week, Reggae Boys, top of saving job, if you ask me. Developing some momentum. Reggae Boys get a big win down there in Honduras. Boxing, last week, big boxing match. I think boxing is back. It has been touted as one of the greatest heavyweight fights of all time. That to me is just talk, but yet still it was an epic fight. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury Part 3, and we had our predictions here right again. I predicted the 6th round, but I think Marcos said 9th. I'm not too sure, but Tyson Fury with a knockout. NBA coming up October 19th. We're big on NBA here in Jamaica, so we look forward to the start of the NBA in the upcoming week. And T20 cricket. Who say cricket is dead? Test cricket probably, but we all, once Weston is out there, and the universal boss, Chris Gayle, always a hot topic once he's out there. So look forward to that, October 23rd. Dale, what's your headline of the week?
Boy, that fight last week, man. Tyson Fury, Wilder, great fight. Exciting fight. The last time I saw a fight like that was maybe 1992 with Riddick Bowe versus Evander Holyfield. The man, even after the bell ring, the man, them still a fight. Good fight. Good fight.
They have to check out that fight, because 1992, that's a way throwback. So people, if you haven't seen that fight, and if you didn't see the fight last week, it was an 11th round knockout, as I said. And Fury went down 2 times, while I got knocked down 3 times. After the 3rd one, couldn't get back up. It was a great trilogy. This shows that boxing is trying to come back, and it's a hype. Because the week before we have Usyk defeating Anthony Joshua, and Usyk is being touted as the best challenger to Fury. Because Fury is saying he's the best fighter of his generation. Blah, 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 talk. But he's definitely, to me, head and shoulder above the rest. So he can't take...
Fury, a big fighter.
Yeah, man, big fighter, man. Big fighter.
Heavyweight champion of the world right now, man.
Yeah. And him talk the talk and him walk the walk. And entertainment. Very entertaining fighter. And he can take a hit.
Looking forward to that matchup next year.
Yeah. Let's
move on to NBA. Let's talk about a little about the start of the NBA championship, and Kyrie's still holding out a little bit, but I think he's eventually going to take it, because
he's going to take the vaccine?
Yeah, man, too much distractions.
I don't think he's going to take the vaccine. No.
Came out this week and was kind of saying he's not he's not against the vaccine per se, but he's just more, he's the voice for the people, the ones who the ones who have a voice for themselves. But eventually, in order to keep the platform, his platform that him have to play in the NBA, because that's what gives him.
He came out and saying he's definitely not retiring. So
not retiring,
I don't know what him have up his sleeve. You say it's the vaccine. I don't think it's the vaccine, but Kyrie, you think he has the vaccine on his sleeve?
Man, he eventually.
Kyrie.
Eventually he will definitely take it, because the team basically says can't even play on the road.
Yeah, he says if he can't participate to the team in training, New York Nets and Brooklyn Nets,
and he's a one apart from.
You think he'll get traded?
No,
or,
they won't trade.
As you say, they won't trade him. He take the vaccine.
As I said,
he seems to be a stubborn fella, if you ask me.
Yeah, he's a stubborn fella. But as I said on last week's show, there's an election for governor, for mayor in New York. So, and the one who are close friends with the owner. So,
politics and sports.
Might wait a month or so, and then based on the outcome of the election, I think either take the vaccine or the reverse the mandate.
So for now, he's definitely not going to play.
No, he's not going to play at all because it's a major distraction for the team. Imagine after every match is all Kyrie. Before the match, the reporters is Kyrie. So it's a big distraction.
Good for sports. I mean, something to talk about, but it's somewhat of a distraction, as you said.
Not good for the mental health of KD.
We'll touch on mental health later with our guest speaker, top psychologist. But yeah, it's tough on Brooklyn. It's tough on Kyrie. I mean, he's within his beliefs, but let's see if he really sticks out. As I said, even last week's show, some people might think I'm an anti-vax, but I'm not an anti-vaxxer. No, I'm pro-vax. I mean, I just think people have their decisions to make just in other facets of life, and your choice is yours. But we've seen where companies have their vaccine mandate and NBA is business. Sports is a business. So, and it's a team sport. I even saw on ESPN a guy saying, Kyrie should play lawn tennis or an individual sport, but if it's a team sport, you have certain obligations.
Certain sacrifices have to make.
Certain sacrifices be made, but hey, lucky for me, I play an individual sport.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're still on NBA, MJ.
MJ, you're on your way.
Back in circle this time as a NASCAR part owner. Yeah.
But like how we're not cover all these headlines, because later in the show, we'll have to talk about the reggae boys.
Yes,
I'll save that till after the controversy, boss, because we don't know what him come with. But yeah, is this MJ NASCAR? Second black man to win a NASCAR?
Yeah. Well, he's the first black owner. Well, the second black driver, Bubba Wallace. Since the first one was in 1963, but Bubba Wallace is also a controversial figure within NASCAR itself. Standing up for Black Lives Matter. Painting the car black. And so that was a big victory for them. 2 weeks.
Before our guest speaker come on, touch on a little cricket. Come and see Chris Gale in the news with Curtin Ambrose.
Boy, the old versus the new. The old versus the new already. Yeah, the old laws are criticized the new, and the new the newbies them kind of sensitive to
I call Gen X, Gen Z. I don't know what kind of. But Chris Gale is not a young lad. I would even classify him as the youngest veteran. Chris Gale is always on top of the hill in his mind.
Yeah,
and once him get going out there.
But the criticism of Chris Gale from Courtney Ambrose, I didn't think it was unfair though. It's just facts that him stating. Maybe Chris.
I think there's some history there with them. I think there is some, but we don't know. But
yeah.
I mean, hopefully Chris Gale come along and make some big runs, and then shut up the critics.
Yeah, hoping for that. We're the defending champions as well,
Yeah, so looking forward to some exciting T20 cricket, and have root for West Indies. All right.
Andre Russell is also included in the team. Boy, I don't even know if his spot was worth it. I don't think that Andre should have been in this team still, based on his injury. Prone to injury, and just coming out for injury as well. I don't know how to reflect him over summer. Narayan, you're the one who vouching for Narayan and them boys.
Yeah, Narayan should hear, but I mean, we lead up to that in future shows because, you know, West Indies too good. So
Yeah.
we'll introduce our guest speaker now. Dr. Scott, Jason Scott Hamilton is with us.
Come on.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How things?
Gentlemen. Yeah, man, everything
Scott,
good.
good afternoon.
Yeah.
I like the lead up. I like the talk about Fury. Fury is a great fighter. You get knocked down 2 times and then knock down somebody in the 11th round. You're a bad man.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving.
Mental toughness.
Kyrie Irving believes that the earth flat. So some things going on with Kyrie.
Yeah.
Understand? And the argument, Kane and the about vaccination and anti-vaccine. As a doctor, I just have to put this out. We don't have polio. And we don't have certain things because the whole world get the vaccination. Nobody now pay for the vaccination, you know. You get the vaccination and everybody in the world get vaccinated, there's something gone. I can't get back to how it used to be, right? If them have the theory that, there's something like them putting microchip in the vaccine or some beer foolishness, them already know how to track you with your phone and don't need no chip can't go in that liquid. So it is nonsense. And if the plan was to kill off everybody, why would the richest people on the earth try to kill everybody and them need the people them to spend money to buy them to make them rich? The anti-vax argument. But you know what? I understand what you're saying about freedom, but that will touch to what we're going to talk about with the mental aspect. Because there's a part of your brain called the limbic cortical region that make people do foolishness. I know great Peter Moyoung want to deal with Ravel Morrison, so we will get to that. But I'm not going to ask the question. But I just want to touch on the topics that we heard before the 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm not alone at the start yet. You deal with it.
Yeah, man, got you, man.
Scott, it's a preemptive strike.
Go on.
Got you, man.
Do anything. You deal with Fury.
Sure, man.
Yeah, you deal with Fury, you deal with the West Indies. Remember, somebody work with the West Indies when we win in 2013 and 2016, but I'm not going to touch upon the universal boss and everything right now. Not till I ask the question. I'm just going to go and hold my, who else
Scott, I'm going to jump right ahead of everybody and ask you the question. I'm going to ask you. As you know, sports psychology becoming more and more, not just one thing, but is the essential thing. See? And I've been watching this baller, Ravel Morris, have a lot of, he's an enigmatic fellow, having a lot of problems with coaches and all this kind of thing. And Jamaica want the man to perform at his best. Yeah. And he has been a shadow of himself, even though the man have the gift, you know, Scott. I see the man, I share into the video. Man have the gift. What can a sports psychologist, what can Scott Hamilton do for help this youth here?
Well, all right, give thanks. For those that don't know the youth, Sir Alex Ferguson said him is the wickedest thing he ever seen at Man U. And for Sir Alex, or one out, him in them top 5. So for Sir Alex to say this about the youth is magic. The youth, all right, who will answer this properly? So he's diagnosed with ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, right? Many great athletes are ADHD. An ADHD person have a whole heap of energy. So sometimes, if that youth they don't understand, and they never see a sports psychologist or a psychiatrist or a doctor to help him understand, he want to know himself why he need to train so much. Because he can don't train and fitter than the man them. He have so much energy. You understand? So really and truly, sometimes them people have a problem with coach telling them, we don't know if ADHD didn't exist when George Best was playing. But enough baller, Romario too, enough baller, them have so much them have so much energy and skill that them have to go out nightclub, a night, pure nightclub, and them have problems with them coaches.
Like Ronald, you mean Ronaldinho?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ronaldinho was a party man too. Yeah.
I think I can relate to those people.
The whole of them have ADHD, right?
Yeah.
Them can party the whole night and come and give you magic on the field.
So Scott,
go ahead.
So that kind of condition come with greatness. It tie in with greatness. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, a whole heap of athletes. I'm gonna tell you something. I worked in the school system and the university system for a long, long time. I was assistant dean in the College of Medicine at FIU. And one of the things we found with these youngsters is that if the parents them never take them and put them in a sports, they would have mash up the house.
Yeah.
They have too much energy. You understand? So sports save them. Enough swimmer. We used to just dive in a pool and swim for 2 hours and look on a black line in the middle of the pool. Because I don't know nothing to them. Them have so much energy. If them want to stay in our house, them not play a video game. If they play a video game, them play a 13-hour video game. Straight.
Yeah.
You understand? So sports is a very good outlet for them. But what happened is that them don't get no sports psychologist is when them done them career. Like right now, Ravel is saying, he's 27 years old, and I'm saying, if I didn't know what I know when I was younger, I might have done things differently. If you have me, or any sports psychologist, I'm not big up myself, any sports psychologist, we can clue him in on what is going on in his brain. Because the thing about his brain, it give him suggestions. All right, watch this example. Full of an auditorium of pure man and woman, national arena, right? And have some policeman walking around with them gun on them hip. Ask any of the woman them, the 500 woman inside the place. Have you ever looked at a policeman with him gun on him hip and think, you know, I could have taken that gun after him on the hip, right? Majority, 98% of the woman them going to tell you no. Some real bad woman are going to say, yeah, I could have them taught them. Ask the man them, and over 70% of them will say, yeah, I think them things they are ready. May I ask Uno, the people and the thing, you have had that thought. That thought is the limbic cortical region. It's making a suggestion, you know. It's the stupidest thing you could possibly think of. But man think about it all the while.
Yeah.
If you grab the gun and the police get it back from you and give you some box with the gun or shot you, right? Don't kill you, shot you. Where you going to say to the police? Boy, boss, sorry, I never mean that. I'm a limbic cortical region. First of all, you never know says your limbic cortical region causing you have them thoughts. So what I'm saying to Ravel and people like them, if you get to show them what's going on in them head, because if you look at Ravel's career, enough time in box down him teammate, you know.
Yeah.
Enough. Beat up Holy Prime teammate.
Talented.
And, yeah. Only for talented people, if them understand. Because your brain said, oh, I'm gonna disrespect me. Or I'm talking about. Look at anytime you see somebody tackle Ravel from behind, him jump up and want to punch the people. Like nobody enough to tackle him.
Yeah.
We have a great baller named the Black Pearl, Walter Boyd. He have a history because he was one of them who just couldn't behave, you know.
I know. So much of it in sports is not for me. Love Black Pearl. I used to always say, I wish I did all even qualify them time there. One of my reason why I work with Harborview for over 15 years, well, Clyde Jardine and Mr. Stewart and all of them, but is the man them called Jar, you know, Peter Cargill. I used to run the Reggae Kids camp in Jamaica at Sabina Park. And we had the 98 World Cup here. I mean, I look on the picture right now, Warren was one of them. Whole heap of them. Al Taffa was one of the Bomber, Peter Cargill, whole heap of them. So me and the technical director and them man they're the coach. So the youth, them, they love it. It's right after 98. Them playing at Sabina Park, nicely done by Jason Sharp and Chris Deering and them youth there. Christopher Green and Peter Green. nice camp, right? And Peter used to always educate me on the other things about ball. Them time I never done the PhD. He would tell me, he would teach me, kind of go to play professionally in Israel. And is years later, I talk with Skill Cool, and Skill, they tell me, Doc, you know, when Peter did go Israel, Peter want to play midfield, right? I'm going to look from Peter and say, big man, if you go to Israel wanting to play midfield, you're not going to get to work and feed your family, you know. Go there and hold a defensive position, and you can get work and can feed your family, right? And manage your head. Manage your head. Don't get a temper thing and a box down no Israeli guy, right? There's long time this thing is in ball, and great elders like Skill know it. When Skill that only Jamaica best, in my mind, when I best footballer ever come out of Jamaica, Skill go Brazil, and him tell him a story. When Skill at Brazil, you know, and Skill giving, like the coach would say, all right, the Jamaican in charge of training today. Brazilian man cry, you know, because when Skill go do the training, them going to run so till them sick. Skill is one of the fittest person you ever meet. I don't know what 70 the man fit. Punch him in touch him in his stomach is like a punch a horse.
A man right by every day, you know.
Yeah, I tell you something, I'm going to Skill yard all the while. Skill work for some little youth for me in Jamaica, right? The man work for him grandson. The man that go play professionally soon. The man youth go Portugal. So they've known this, Kane, Dale, and Peter. They've known about this anger issue and this holy for energy issue in football, especially. Enough great baller. When them look back on them career, them say, you know, if I never drink so much and a girl out so much and a broke fight, I could have a better career. When I work with athletes, I say, I'm going to introduce you to yourself in the future. Because in the future, you're going to say, if I didn't know what I know now, or no, if I didn't know then what I know now, I would be a better athlete. So that's what I try to do. I said, this is what's going on in your head, and you don't have to listen to what the limbic cortical region always suggests. You don't have to box down people.
But
now,
Scott,
Scott,
listen, England managers and coaches love conformists. They like players who conform. And you know that if a player is attention deficit, right, he's going to be non-conformist in nature, and he's going to require special attention from the sports psychologist. Are you saying that we are finding a way to get special attention to these people? Because a lot of coaches don't like to give people special attention. You understand?
I completely agree with you.
And want everybody to follow one discipline, one order. Whereas
I completely agree with you. Listen, some English managers, and maybe me I put my foot in my mouth now, I might come well want to work with Arsenal. But some English coaches should go coach American football. Because American football, them just take people like his word, them go. And just, you follow orders. Don't have no, you know, your own thinking. Just do what I tell you to do. Go up on the field and do what I tell you to do. I remember me being in college and my coach slapped me in the back of my head. My job is to go down the wing, cross it on the ground. Me go down there on a cross ball like me I play for Manchester United. Man scud out me in the back of my head. You know, So some of these ADHD person, Peter, does not like authority.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but when them young and them don't understand, them don't like calling for rules and things, right?
Yeah.
If him could have get a chance to sit down and him coach him, would have said, look at him, I'm tell you what you do. Get me a hotel with a different girl every night, enough club, and watch the match come and do on Saturday when you need me to play. What's the most important statistic in football? Not how much time you pass it, not how much time you tackle, not how much ball in the back of the net is the most important statistic, which is why I'm still getting game. That boy will score. You understand? So if you can score, people going to make all kind of, and then the rest of the man them who have to confirm, like, why the youth here get special treatment? Well, him is magic and him scoring goal. You know?
Yeah.
So these coaches, these federations need to understand, how do I get the best out of my athlete for the Reggae Boys or the Jamaica Football Federation?
So the coaches, psychologists like yourself working with, because them need it too, right?
What?
Yeah.
That's the only way them can understand, right? Them gonna need, them need
so much different personalities in a team sport. It's kind of different. But we've seen athletes recently come out like Simone Biles and Naomi Osaka. That's a different nature of a sport where it's individual and they're focused on themselves. But for a team sport, I'm guessing it's probably different because you have to deal with so much different characters, your teammates. I mean, it's just a different system. So
yeah. Let me show you something. You see, when you're playing on a team sport, is like war within yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Right? You're going out with the intention, and like the road to help you with good intent. You're going out with the intention to look good so that coach is happy with you. So coach keep putting you on and you now ride the bench. All right? So you're in war with yourself and then you're in war on the field. And which is why enough footballers play excellent in practice. And then them go to a match now. It's like, how old are you tell? You're not in the same person, right? And it's when them understand what going on. I'll give you an example. Me, my old team called me back out last weekend. Me are playing an over 60 league now. Me never even know if something exists like that. I'm not even reached 60 years old. Right?
Yeah.
Stroll on, wheelchair and them gonna go laugh after me if them ever hear this. Because some of them out there fit. However, me is that the player on turf. And me not really rate myself as no great ball, but I can score a goal, right? So I'm come up on a great Martin Woodstock up on my side and come me can some big ball, you know. I'm go on, them say, Doc, go up in the head. But I have on shoes. But coming like me playing a glass. It's something slippery. No studs on the bottom and it's turf we're playing on. But them resurface the turf and it's very slippery and it was raining too. First ball, boops from my bottom. I take a shot and it hit the bar. That's the only good thing I do in the whole game. The next ball, I tackle you, me and him bounce up in each other, we drop, boop on my bottom again. Go to get a next ball, boop on my bottom. Well, my intention going out on the field was not to drop 3 times on my bottom, you know. That was not my intention. My intention was to go there and look a little good, like, okay, we were smart in telling Scotty to come back and play. After that display, we show the man them and said, yo, Scotty stay here, man. You get what I'm saying? So the war within me, I want to go there, go do good. So the whole week, me I run up and down, I try to get a little fitter. I go to the gym, I drive to the gym, I walk to the gym. And so my brain all week has been saying, this Sunday, tomorrow, much better than last Sunday. Same thing going on with these footballers. Their intention is not to go out there and do stupidness. They're playing a team sport. But because of the war going on with them and on the field, some of them can't really do magic. But you see the youth, Ravel, he can. He can. Many of the great footballers are at a very, they're like childlike.
So you're saying that it's not too late for him? I mean, at age 27.
No, he's 27 years old. Listen,
Scotty,
if them say, fly down Dr. Hamilton to Jamaica and let's talk to Ravel. We did it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Scott, I think we supposed to go in another segment now, but we don't know if you can stay online after. No, I don't know if you can stay online after sports commentary, and then so we can, when the calls come in and thing, you can make a ride out the show. How that stay?
Yeah, mom, I'm gonna put this right beside my computer and go and do some work. And I love the show, you know.
Yeah.
Right now, wicked one. I really love the show.
Commentary then. All right, Scott, stand by then. We resume with you. We're going to do the commentary now, and then you're coming afterwards, all right?
All right, cool.
All right,
Young
Scott.
one. Bless.
Well, now, at the midway point, so you know it's time for the controversial boss, sports commentary. Take it away.
Welcome, viewers, one and all. And I'd like to remind you all that we're going to go into the calling section after this. The numbers to call, 1-876-552-7406, strictly on WhatsApp. Let me repeat, 876-552-7406, strictly on WhatsApp. Sports commentary today. You know, Jamaica win a little one match. Some would say it's the bottom of the barrel bug match. And all kind of people saying redemption for Tapper. Tapper has been saved. And if you say that, some people say you're a wagonist and all this kind of thing. Hard to be a fan in Jamaica. Eh? If you condemn the coach, you're fighting the coach. And if you say, well done, coach, you're a wagonist. But I stand firm. I feel that Tapper has been out of his depth in the thing. I don't see any plan. I think the 2 goals we scored against Honduras were against a worse team than ourselves. Badly organized. I saw 2 goals going. I think they were almost against the run of play. But I'm glad for Jamaica because let me be the, I don't know if I'm going to be a wagonist or I'm going to be driving the engine. But I've been looking at the possibilities for Tapper or whoever is going to coach the team moving forward. And I feel that if we are able to form a team, bring in the great Antonio from West Ham, Leon Bailey, a fit Leon Bailey on the field, supported by Ravel Morrison. And let me tell you something, this man is the real thing. I've watched the man play. His ease on the ball defensively and offensively, his ability to score goals, his ability to play the ball in the air. I think that Ravel Morrison is a real deal. As Scott Hamilton just said a while ago, if we are able to put that team on the field with a coach that stays out of the way at least. I mean, the other match we lost just before is after Tapper talked to the team break down, you know. What was this match before Honduras? Was it we
drew with Canada in the stadium and we lost?
Yeah, when we drew it, it was after Tapper talked to the team became less organized. So I'm saying that if we have a team with the coach staying far from the sideline, make the players play free form, then I certainly think that Jamaica don't have a chance, but have a chance to do better. I think the fat leader has already sung. I think we have lost our World Cup qualifying chances, and I think it's all over. But the next thing, I have 2 other little small points I want to raise. I see Jamaica, the other day I pick up my Observer, and I saw where the president of the Olympic Association for Jamaica was talking, and it's just a general article about how Commonwealth Games will be organized. And then a little thing in the article said that the president was traveling with the Jamaica ice hockey team. No, that for me raised a lot of question marks. 1, Jamaica play ice hockey. 2, Jamaica have ice hockey team. 3, Jamaica have ice hockey rink. What the hell is Jamaica doing with the ice hockey team traveling and playing tournaments? And the head of the Jamaica Olympic Association is traveling, spending money, moving around with this ice hockey team. Something don't look right to me. I hear we have bobsled team. Were you invited to those trials there? I wasn't invited to trials, so ice hockey, bobsled, kayak. We seem to have a set of sports that we pull out just before the games and then a team go on to the thing and money spending. I wonder if the psychologist can tell me why Jamaica is playing ice hockey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't understand why playing ice hockey. And the last item I'd like to raise is the war or the controversy between Kirtley and Chris Gayle. Every time somebody says something about a sport, his supporters jump up and say, he have every right. He's earned his right to criticize, and the next one has earned his right. So one set of people said, Kirtley Ambrose have every right because he's a great cricketer. He has every right to speak and criticize Chris Gayle. And then there's a next set of us, always Jamaicans, say Chris Gayle have every right to hit back. And I don't think it's about who have the right and who don't have the right. I believe that Kirtley shouldn't make the thing personal. Criticize the the selectors. The selectors selected Chris Gayle. Chris Gayle didn't select himself. And currently does have the right to criticize Chris Gayle. But I feel there's more to it than that, as you rightfully say. Chris Gayle live a lifestyle that a lot of people don't like, they envy him, because the man is a very extravagant, ostentatious, bossy Jamaican. And most of us Jamaicans, we're bossy, we do one thing, we get bossy. And so a lot of people have a resentment towards Chris Gayle because Chris Gayle is a glamorous fellow. But at the same time, Chris Gayle have a responsibility to start make some runs. But I think that Curtly Ambrose should not have complained about a selection made by the West Indies selectors, right? And so I'm not happy with that. But Chris Gayle shouldn't clap back either. Criticism come with the sport, come with all sports. And so I'm disappointed in both gentlemen. Sir Curtly, you are Sir Curtly. So I put more blame on you. Furthermore, I'm a Jamaican, so I'm going to be insular like the rest of them and support my guy, Chris Gayle. That's sports commentary.
All right.
What things they said here?
I don't agree that we should put all the blame at the foot of Tapper with more. It's obvious that Tapper is not being allowed to do his job. And it's obvious that the JFF themselves are incompetent in many areas. So I would not put all the blame on Tapper. I see where them have a coach who is responsible for the English-based players, and you have a coach that's responsible for the local base. That's
no unity there. The team is divided, and and
the division came from the head. That's where it came from. So I would not. And Tapper been asking for things, and he's not getting it. He's not getting it. So I wouldn't.
Mr. Dale Pram, I'm sorry. I'm gonna. Sorry. You go first.
Sorry for cutting you, Dale. Just want a reminder. Phone lines are open. Remember, the number is 1-876-552-7406. And we have a guest host, a friend from over 20 years, a big, huge Reggae Boy supporter, and a Man U fan. It's sad on him case, but I mean, he's a good friend of mine. I welcome in studio. Good friend of mine, Onion Golson. And back to what you were saying, Dale. Yeah. Tapper. The whole team divided. I mean, we are trying to qualify for the World Cup. It's the biggest sporting event, single event. Because I mean, Olympics, but there's a host of different sports in Olympics. And World Cup of millions, billions of views. So we are trying to qualify for this professional event. Semi-background or structure towards it. As we said in the last week's show, married like a party shop, Peter.
Yeah, the married like a party shop. But having said that, I'm sorry. Daniel, I'm going to say one thing before you come on, right? Let me just explain something to you. How management work. I work in a business, see? And I've gotten to fairly, senior positions in businesses. If you are unhappy with the team and with the support you're getting as a manager, you have an obligation to speak out and resign and leave the post. Tapper said now leave, and therefore he has responsibility for the performance of the team, and therefore that's why we heap everything on him. All I can see is what a man do on the field, That's all I can see. I can't see JFF mismanagement. What I see on the team is we put 11 footballers on the field, and they seem to have no plan. They seem to have no organization. They seem to have no cohesion, and I have to blame them for that.
You can't blame Tapper alone, though.
No. That's I'm gonna blame
alone,
him.
not
He's
alone.
the only coach I see.
Yeah, but you can't blame him alone.
Don't make excuses for a coach.
I think he's
if
trying.
A coach don't have a strong federation back of him and support, please do.
You can't ask the federation to leave. That's a sad thing.
Peter, we know how the thing goes. I'll agree with you. If you're not getting your way as a coach, you should resign. But based on what I said, the whole team is divided. Welcome, Daniel. I said Daniel joined us a while ago. Welcome, Daniel.
Yes, thanks. I'm here.
All right, sorry but I hear something about qualifying for World Cup.
Reggae Boy tool of victory. Them don't want to admit it, but I see momentum developing, and I don't want him to jump on the bandwagon. Because I think if we have 2 stringer matches before we go into the new year. We play November 12th, we play El Salvador in El Salvador. Peter said we have a bottom of the table clash. To me, apart from USA and Mexico, most of the teams are pretty much even. And if we can develop momentum, if we can beat El Salvador and then Jamaica versus USA November 16 in the stadium, if we can get fans in the stadium, I mean, I feel like give them a Kyrie and get vaccinated and go.
I want to bring Dr. Hamilton in, you know. Daniel, just before you come on, let me just say one thing to Dr. Hamilton. Dr. Hamilton, should we allow vaccinated patrons to come and watch Jamaica's home matches?
Yes, definitely. I will fly, come down at Jamaica tomorrow. Yes.
Just before you finish your answer, Scott, let me just ask Danielle Dowie.
No. You asked the wrong question. Should you allow Jamaicans to go and support the reggae boys? That's what you asked.
I'm with you, Daniel, because they can't tell me they can go and I can't go. I want to go as well.
Can we allow Dr. Hamilton to finish his answer?
The question is allowing vaccinated Jamaicans.
Yes.
That's the question.
Yes.
Yes. Allowing vaccinated Jamaicans. Yes. The Olympic Village in Tokyo, I one of the safest place I ever been in my life. Right? Every morning at 8 o'clock, if you want to see every member of the Jamaica track and field team, just stay in the medical room at 8 o'clock. You go see Shelly and Elaine, everybody come every morning, 8 o'clock, go do them tests. Right? So once the place was completely tested, and then once you lose her, then you don't make it to the final.
Hold on a second there. I'm getting a call, our first caller for the day.
That's a festive ringtone.
Hold on a second there.
1 second.
One second, I'm having a first caller. Hello, good afternoon. Caller, can you hear us? Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Good afternoon.
The caller is online.
Call online. Not connected. Hello, good afternoon.
Oh.
You hearing us? Welcome to Primal.
I want to throw out a question. When I get to, I want to throw out a question to you, to the panel right here. I think we have a fundamental problem in football. Why is it every 4 years we're trying to qualify for World Cup? Don't you think that we're setting the standards too? We're qualifying for a World Cup? You don't think that we're setting the standards a little bit too low? So we just want to qualify to World Cup and just go to World Cup and lose in the first round? Let me tell you something. If we're going to call it back.
1 second there, we'll get our first caller. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports.
Good afternoon.
Hello, caller. Sorry about that.
Yes,
you're hearing much clear now.
Good day.
Good day. I think you're following us. Primal to the world. So we're talking about the reggae boys. What?
Yes.
Hot topic.
Major topic we should discuss this afternoon. It was a very, very, very deserved win the other night, I must say.
Yeah.
But there's still a but.
Mm-hmm.
There's still some but along the way. In many things, not just the coaching staff, but also, remember the last time when I called in on the program, I was discussing about Jamaica football and where it has reached and playing style, coaching, playing style and all of that. Well, it's slightly changed somewhat. You can see a little changes somewhat moving forward. The playing style, you can see a little chemistry. But also, at the end of the day, we still can't depend on most international overseas players. We have to get more local-based players involved.
Well, don't you think that once you have the quality, whether you're local or international, you should play?
Yes. Yeah, but we're looking forward for the best team also at all time and a balance in the team.
I remember your call. You were asking for Tapa's head at the time. Do you still think that Tapa should go?
Yes, I still don't believe the perfect man for the job. but
He should finish the campaign.
Yeah, it is all JFF settling for at the moment.
What if Tapa gets us to the World Cup? You think we should get a new coach if we make it to the World Cup?
Well, if he get us to the World Cup,
you're back on the bandwagon.
We have to just work with him right through because it will be a job well done.
So what are the chances you think Jamaica have of qualifying for the World Cup?
Oh yes, we have a super chance. I've never been this confident about Jamaica.
What?
Since about 2014. Yeah, man.
Just because we beat Honduras, boss?
I like your patriotism.
Jamaica African finish fourth. We are the best in the next best third place team in CONCACAF behind Mexico and USA.
Mm-hmm.
But Canadian have a very outstanding season from last year, and prior to that coming down and still playing good football. But the way we played that last game against them at the stadium, I think if we didn't have that 12 man to push on the team, we would pull out that win. And it was just very unlucky. That was
so going forward.
That was our best performance.
So going forward, would you make any changes to the 11? Anybody see coming in, going out?
Well, honestly, we have two star players. I think we have to try fit in the team, but also at the end of the day, we cannot push aside who's giving us the result at the moment. And these players, you can see them playing them hard out there. And you can see character, and I like that about this team. You understand me? But I can pinpoint out a couple of outstanding players where really caught my eye in the past 3 games. Anthony Grant.
Yeah.
Anthony Grant been outstanding in all 3 games. The veteran midfielder slotting in central defense.
Javon Watson.
The injury of Ivan Powell, Javon Watson. I think him looking good around that side.
So before you leave, Carla, what are your predictions for the next 2 matches against El Salvador in El Salvador and against USA in Jamaica?
The next game.
6 points.
It's like the next game. Jamaica playing is a final to the final of the World Cup champion we have it.
Okay. So Nick, give me some predictions before you leave, because you have to wrap up the call.
I cannot say it any better. Say again?
We say give us the predictions before we wrap up the call. Against El Salvador in El Salvador and against USA in Jamaica.
Against El Salvador, I'm looking for a 3-1.
I like your predictions. Precise 3-1 win. Okay. 3-1 and against USA in the Stadium Independence Park where
3-1, 2-1. It depends on how the game playing. If USA score first, I think we can bounce. But we always play good against USA.
So you're predicting 6 points for the next 2 matches?
Yes.
All right.
But we have to win the like what I said.
I won't leave a points, but I'm with you, brother.
The El Salvador game is a must-win.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's a final into the final of our campaign. That is a must-win game.
Well, we have to go now, Carla, but thanks for calling. And we'll revisit your predictions later on.
Yes, man.
All right.
Primal.
Respect.
Yeah, man. Go on.
Primal to the world. Yeah. Super chance. Back to the panel. I mean, we love the calls. Calling people, feel free to call in.
Super.
Dale, what say you?
I don't like the argument of this qualifying for World Cup business. We're going to always keep trying and we're going to come up short most of the time. I think Jamaica will qualify for World Cup every 30 years based on the mindset. Every 30 No, but look at when you saying
32, if it's every 4 years, it's have to be 32 then.
32. When you say hold on, and that is why CONCACAF is the lowest in terms of quality football out there in CONCACAF, right? And we're setting our standards to qualify out of our...
I want to remind you of something, Dale.
What's that?
Dale, if you look at the quality, the caliber at the resume, at the people them where Tapper has had to choose from, are the best chance we ever have. This better than the Whitmore chance in terms of professional players and the level of the players that we have access to now.
I'm talking about that, no, Pete. I'm talking about the fact that we are always trying to qualify for World Cup. Why we don't try and say, let us try?
And this is our best chance, boss. This is our best chance.
I'm not talking about
it.
I'm not talking our best chance, Pete. I'm talking about the mindset. The mindset. When you say Bolt, hold on. When you say Bolt, you think Usain Bolt is go there to qualify for the Olympics? I'm go there to win. The mentality have changed.
I like Dale's point. Yes, Dale. The mindset
have changed. Have changed. If you do an exam and you aim for 100, most times you get 98. You know.
I'd like to ask a question. Can I ask Scott a question, Dale? Right. You can know if I ask Scott a question?
I would like to hear from the young lady.
Scott. Yeah, I want to hear the young lady too.
Daniel.
We go hear from the young lady and our guest host, because Dale is moving. I mean, him ditch us and gone to Hawaii. I don't know where he is, but...
One more ask, Scott. You think Usain Bolt have a superior mindset to the other athletes?
No.
Did Usain Bolt have a superior mindset to the other athletes?
It's a good question. Watch this. Now that you see Naomi Osaka and Simone Biles and all these people telling you about the pressure, you now must realize that you're seeing Dr. Usain St. Leo Bolt, one of the wickedest thing ever, because trust and believe that he was under pressure. Jamaican people
Scott, we are answering on the question, brethren.
Question is, does he have a superior mind? Yes.
Yes, that's the question.
Yes.
He has a superior mind and him get it long time. If you are smiling and enjoy yourself,
I think Usain have a superior physique, superior body, superior talent, superior attribute.
But superior muscle, fast twitch muscle, all of that. Yes, that is given, but he also has the mind. If you never have the mind, can trust me now, it's no pressure, you know. When Bull tell you, say, any of me come, I'm not ready. That boy, you're ready for take my spot, you know. The little youth where people been at the end of his career, right? We've been dreaming about him the whole of his life. You see him Bolt shows you how much the mind is important to the thing. What Dale is talking about too is true. I play some football tournament with one great footballer for Jamaica, Hector Wright. As a matter of fact, if you look it up and Google it, Theodore Whitmore first time playing ever for Jamaica. Hector Wright came off the field and Theodore Whitmore went on the field. Hector Wright said a thing where if you go to a tournament and play, it's hard, the whole tournament. Is a team that's fittest and strongest and gel together where you win. So what Dale is saying is true. Aside, if you just had all your whole theory is to just qualify. So if you qualify and you lose the whole of your game, then you're happy, but you did qualify. Jamaica, nobody never ever thought about Jamaica can win World Cup. I tell you, the best team that can peak and gel and play together. You have enough team where them is not the best players in the world, but them play well as a team. The World Cup is just a tournament. It's a tournament. It's going to be the biggest tournament in the world, but it's not different from any football tournament. It's just a tournament. Whichever side play the best can win. Enough side where some great player never win yet. Messi never win that thing one time in his life.
One question. Daniel used to run 400 hurdles for Jamaica. You didn't know that?
I know, which is why I want
to ask her, Daniel, if you were asked to vaccinate in order to compete in an indoor track meet, would you take the vaccine?
This same present vaccine?
That's frozen.
No.
The same one.
The same one? No, I'm not taking the vaccine for as long as I can hold on.
Jason, did you hear that?
I heard clearly. What kind of wicked
what would you say to an athlete?
Everybody else gets a soft, easy question. That's the first question you ask her. You're wicked, not blows.
Every week, 2 of them.
Yes, he really wants the vax debate. But in terms of the mindset for Usain Bolt, definitely has a superior mindset, no doubt. Usain was a class act on the track, and the pressure, yes, Pete.
I don't think he has a superior mindset.
I think
Maurice Green.
superior athlete.
I think Maurice Green
You guys are crazy.
has a superior mindset. He cannot beat
Are you
Usain
all
Bolt.
crazy?
You're crazy.
All of
Hold on. Scott.
Do you understand what it takes to be out
I
there?
have that mindset, but he has something
Daniel, don't
superior
start
than them.
They must
No, I'm not even.
Tyson get stuff for win,
right now.
but he knows a second place.
So let me ask you something, Scott. A man like Gatlin will take so much beating and come out hard and win the very last race against the man. You bear that in mind now. Yeah. A man like Gatlin was taking beating after beating after beating, and it has come under so much pressure for drug use after drug use. You not think that man have a superior mindset in order to come back and win that last race?
All right, okay, let me clarify that last race. One, you see him never ready for that last race. Him really already done from Brazil. Him retire. Mentally, him done race. I do some little money or whatever, just last hurrah. He don't really want to run the race. You see it in him face. All right.
Yeah.
Daniel, notice. You see when you see the athlete, them smiling, their body's going to release serotonin and norepinephrine. Enter you see Shelly and Fraser's Price smiling, all girls will get, well, not all. A lot of people going to get beaten. We're the only island where we get first, second, and third. I'm stand up right there beside them in Japan. And the people when we get second and third, big, angry. Because of first, them didn't want to get, but you can't get 3 first.
Scott.
But I think as an elite athlete, all of them have a superior mindset. He comes out
in hunger and work hard. Forget him been dreaming about Usain Bolt more than any other person on earth. So him finally get his dream come true at the final race of Usain Bolt career. Right? Usain never really like how him ready in Brazil for that race.
You agree that athletes, as national representatives, a lot of us represent Jamaica. You represent, right? It is our duty to represent our country to the best of our abilities. You agree?
Yes, completely.
So they had a Caribbean champs in Jamaica one time, and I should have answered the call and come and play and help out the team in Kane. You missed me that year, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If Danielle Dowie is to represent Jamaica at hurdles, she's saying she wouldn't take the vaccine. Danielle, you wouldn't do it for your country?
Oh my God, man. I want to that brother.
I think he does like the pressure, Daniel. Daniel, we need you in studio. We're going to let you and Peter sit at the head table. Me and Dave going to be off in Hawaii somewhere because... but
she didn't get a chance to say no.
I mean, it's her.
Like Michael holding the ball away about Daniel, wicked man.
Come on. I know Google them there. Some PS bugs.
Daniel good man.
But in closing, I would like to say, just like how we are a giant in track and field, being a small island, because of the structure is better in athletics, we still have issues. But I think that the problem with the JFF and the coaches, they need a better structure from the JFF. There's too much political football, corruption. They have their issues that need to be sorted out. So even if we get rid of Tapa, the same thing will continue if that structural problem isn't addressed. And we also need to ensure, which I do see the FIFA coaches doing their technical courses every now and then, but we need to ensure that our coaches have the best education. Go to Europe, go and study the management. Everybody get trained to the best of their ability. We can be a giant in football as well. We have the resources. We need some more resources, but we can do it, just like how for track and field, a few years ago, we wouldn't be thinking in terms of...
You think we're limiting ourselves? You think we're limiting ourselves just as they say, qualify?
Yeah,
we need a better mindset. What's the term, Dr. Hamilton? Limited, that mindset.
I agree completely with Daniel. And things need to change. I will disagree with Daniel a little bit on just this point. yes, we need to go and do the FIFA courses, right? Because clearly something going on. But I think Daniel might agree with me that we used to go away to train for track and field. And we, with the Francis and the Mills, we are some of the best coaches in the world, right? When it comes on to speed. So we're good too. We need to understand how to go from an individual thing, which is track and field, where we dominate. So when it's just us alone doing the thing, or table tennis, to when we can do well in football. To piggyback on a point that Peter, one of you was making about why we have Jamaica ice hockey and Jamaica bobsled and all kind of stuff. One of the things I learned while I was at the Olympics this time is that in order to get to the power structure, so Sebastian Coe, one of the best Olympians for England, he is way up there in the IOC. In order to get to the power where we can make Jamaica benefit, this president, Samuda, is smart in how you have to have a whole heap of different associations that fall under the auspices of the JOA in order to vie for things. Can't remember the gentleman from Bahamas. Bahamas, I do all kind of little whole heap of sport. We all have one whole heap of sport we have, all you need, president, association, and then your country can vie for leadership position.
Sorry to cut to Dr. Hamilton.
Early to the madness.
Sorry to cut to Dr. Hamilton. Unfortunately, we're running out of time again. I mean, we know you're able to come on the show at any time, and we'll definitely give you a call again because all the listeners want to hear more from you and more from us, the panel, and all these views. But, Dale.
Yeah, I did that for sure. We need you back because I still have some questions that I want to ask and some things that I want to state as well. But we'll come to an end.
Part 2 next week.
Primal Sports Talk
is available. We'll get the details on that. But another great show. As you said, we're working on to extend our show. I mean, we need to more hear from Daniel, and we'll have more guest hosts.
More from Daniel. So yeah, everybody, but we did want to hear more from Daniel.
Unfortunately, we're out of time. Thanks for everybody for hear from the Primal team. Uncle Randy Live is up next day.
Hey,
yes.
Peter, please to send Daniel my number and make her text me so I can talk. I love talk to elite athletes that compete for Jamaica.
All right. Okay. So thank you.
All right. Thanks from us here at Primal team.